Welcome back to OnComics. I am, of course, the ever-loving Lonnie Webb, and you can visit me at throughcomic.com. If you would, right now, right this very minute, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment so that a few more people get a chance to see this video. And as usual, you can see things that I have done over at throughcomic.com, where I post things occasionally, or rather, Gene posts things occasionally for me. Now, we are about to join Ryan Haack, and he is going to tell us about his new project, BRIC-A-BRAC #3, which is over on Indiegogo. So without any more excitement, let's go join him over there. Go over here to talk to Ryan Haack. Let me add him. There we go. Ryan, it's great to have you back. We had Ryan on once before for a campaign, and just want to say for the record, I did fund, but it took a terrible beating. I don't know why. I see this time your campaign's off to a great start,
which I'm more excited about. Yeah, very excited about it. Yeah, thankfully. So that's a good sign. You know, the first couple of days, if you get to 20%, that's a really good sign. Really good thing.
So tell us about. By the way, we got so many good backers. Be sure and loan them to me after we're done with the stream. But
yes,
after yours ships, that's probably a better way to say it. Go ahead and tell us about the book and who Ryan Haack is for people new into the recording.
Yeah, so I've been making comic books in this series in particular since 2019. So I've been using Indiegogo, and yeah, I just really have a passion for on the side making comic books, and I just find it really fun. And I think instead of writing novels or writing prose alone, I think the collaborative part of comic books makes it really appealing because it's not so lonely, and it just, I think you can you bring your talents to the table, but then the artists and letterers and colorists just bring their own level their own level of expertise that I think almost elevates the work to another level that you couldn't really achieve, I think, in prose. And I think that that's really what appeals to me, and it still appeals to me to comic books. So that's kind of why I've always been doing them and running campaigns. So yeah, this is BRIC-A-BRAC is a Christmas comic book. It follows the story of a young boy, this boy here, and he's basically journeying through this war-torn Christmas planet. And the best way I can describe the story is kind of taking Star Wars and adding it with the Rankin Bass movies that we are familiar with, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah,
Santa Claus is Coming to Town, or The Year Without a Santa Claus, or these really classic movies. I mean, obviously comic books, you can't have musical numbers, but a lot of elements are similar to those. If you meld those two together, we're talking about the fantasy elements and the sci-fi elements. It really is this story because I'm trying to make a fully fleshed Planet Christmas with deserts and underwater civilizations and beach settlements and towns and cities and this. And what would it actually be like if people inhabited this place? And what would it also be like if war happened on this place? Because, we think about Christmas, it's so happy. And, every time, we see the North Pole in a certain media, it's always jolly, or, most times, unless like the whole gag is like, oh, Santa's actually evil or something. But this case, the Nutcrackers, at least at the beginning of this story, have tried to take over the planet for their own personal gain. And there's a lot to that. They're working with someone in issue 3 that we'll find out is from another planet, who has been influencing the war in certain ways, because he's much more powerful than these people in Planet Christmas who, don't have weapons of their own, because they are mostly pacifists. So now they've been kind of thrown into this whole chess game with all these other planets, and they really have to, there's people who are trying to defend themselves and defend their homes, gingerbread, elves, all these kinds of things that are trying to help them, defend themselves. There's Good King Wenceslas and his knights who have their own goals. There's Jack Frost, and there's just a plethora of different characters involved in this. But our main character, Garrett, is the main guy, and he's just trying to find Father Christmas because he believes Father Christmas has the power to destroy, to stop all this, because he's magic and all this. But there's a lot to that too. Why, Father Christmas has disappeared for certain reasons. He doesn't have as much power as he used to because Christmas spirit has depleted. And so it's a whole thing. At least my goal at the very beginning was to make it a child-friendly but adult-friendly book that really is like a fully fleshed out Christmas universe. And I hope that that's what I've been doing. And so I think people really seem to like it. So that is really the gist of the story, I would say.
Well, I'm definitely going to be following this one. I looked at the Indiegogo page, and the art blew me away. It's very imaginative, very, very imaginative. So I see something there that's interesting. Man, you sure have a lot of passion for a young man in the comics realm, especially the independent side of things. You didn't wait until you got hair my color before you dived into it. I'm encouraged by that.
I think everyone should dive into it. Like you'll never know what you find. Like we were just talking about before. I never really, like, especially with this first book, it failed the first campaign on Kickstarter, barely getting anything. And I was like, oh, it's a seasonal book and it's just not going to work out. And lo and behold, I went on Indiegogo and just really started to go on shows every single night. Like, I'm talking about every single night. They came to a point that first year where my voice, I couldn't even speak. Like, I remember one stream where I couldn't even talk because I had spoken so much for those 30 days that I was like sick. I had the worst sore throat of my entire life. But anyway, it was worth it because we funded the book, and some of those same supporters are still here, and I'm just so blessed with that. And I've just met a lot of good friends through people who back the book, and just a really supportive community of people who give it to their kids or even enjoy it themselves. Because again, if you enjoy those Rankin Bass specials, or if you enjoy Star Wars, you're probably going to like this. I mean, if you like Christmas and stuff like that, you're definitely going to like this. It's trying to capture that like coming of age story about like a boy growing up, but still grappling with his belief in Santa Claus. And it's like that classic story, but in this strange new setting, that I don't, to my knowledge, has never been really fully realized before. Like, I don't think like a Planet Christmas or like a Lord of the Rings Christmas style thing has ever really been fully realized before. So at least to my knowledge. So it's pretty fun.
I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Indiegogo page. Let's see here. I'm going to just go ahead and click follow right there. I'm going to figure out which. I notice you've got a lot of different options here.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you about that in a second. But is it okay if we play the trailer? Is there anything that would
it's
be
short and sweet? Yep.
Okay. Let's hope this gets picked up. Did that audio come through okay? Oh, what's going on here? Where did audio drop?
It was a little low.
Oh,
I just muted myself so it wouldn't come through the computer.
Okay.
It was a little low, but it should be. I think, yeah, you should be able to hear it.
Okay.
Little, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, let me hop over to the correct page. Doink. Oh gosh, I've started to say doink. Have you been watching the Rabbi's channel? I picked that up. It got it every now and then. He says doink, and man, that got into my vernacular, and I can't get away from it.
Yeah, I've heard of him though. I've heard people were like, "Oh, you should go on his show to talk about all this." And
you definitely should, and tell him I sent you.
Okay.
I'm one of the moderators over there, and I think he would he would have a good time talking about it. Okay. You're Jewish also, right?
No, I'm not Jewish. I'm Christian.
Okay,
I'm a Christian.
Gotcha,
yeah.
Gotcha. He's Christian friendly, so
right.
I've asked him a lot of
I'm like 20. Yeah, I have Jewish in my family, but I'm not practicing Jewish.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
yeah. You're born Jewish, but you're not.
Right.
I get you there. Now the thing I wanted to ask you about specifically is no, I passed over it. Here we go. This is from when you. It's not updating, is it? Why is it not updating?
On the page?
Yeah, I'm scrolling and it's not doing anything.
Maybe try exiting out of it and then going back in. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Weird, twisted StreamYard.
Or if you want me to just share my screen instead.
That might be better because it's not showing me scrolling here.
Huh.
That's disappointing. Huh. My goodness,
yeah,
I closed the window and it didn't even catch up.
Yeah, I can definitely do it if you'd like.
Yeah. Take over there and I'll get you added in.
I just have to accept it first. I just got this computer, so I need to.
Yeah. Every time you go into StreamYard, you have to do the whole accept dance.
Uh-oh. 1 second.
It's okay. I'll clean it up in post, right?
Right. Oh, man. I won't know. I don't know why it won't let me. Okay. Share screen.
Let me try again. Maybe it'll catch up with itself. I was at Indiegogo and go. Let's make that window a little smaller. And now we'll share. Technical opportunities, that's what it is. Okay. There. Now we're in pretty good shape. I don't know why. Okay.
Okay.
This picture right here. Is this in fact the picture you had made when you did the first BRIC-A-BRAC?
No, this is a different. This is a different one. This is different. Every year, my mom somehow finds a way to finds these random pictures. And one day she sent this to me. And I was like, I need to use this for the campaign to show people that I'm serious. I have this, kind of obsession with Christmas, and that's kind of what's propelled me to tell this story. And it's definitely started from a young age, which all kids, I think, have that obsession with Santa or whatnot and the excitement of it. But I mean, for some reason with me, it's been able to continue on. I've never really been cynical about Christmas ever. I don't think I've ever been. I think that sometimes happens to people, but I am really lucky that I've kind of been able to keep that optimism, because it is a great time, it gives you the excuse to say happy holidays to people, Merry Christmas to people. And it gives you the excuse to kind of be more happy than usual. I think people kind of forget that Christmas is, ironically, Christmas happens at the darkest time of the year, metaphorically and and actually solar, the sun shines for the least amount of time during this day. So it's just a light in the darkness. And I think that I've always been able to use that. And I that's what I love about Christmas now as I've grown up, is realize it's just a really cool time for people to be, happy, and give, which is another great thing that I've learned is awesome. Instead of receiving, which makes me feel happy, it's great. I think giving, of course, is awesome too. But I've always loved Christmas and still do. And definitely has propelled me to tell this story for sure and have the same enthusiasm for it for sure.
The ability to give something, it brings a light from the inside, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you get to see that usually with people that receive it. Let's go back up here. Let's see. Let's start with the artwork. Talk me through some of this artwork here.
Yeah. So this is actually the first page, and this is our secret enemy. I was saying the Nutcrackers are the main enemy, but there's a secret enemy that's been giving them weapons and the means to take over Planet Christmas, and it's this guy from another planet who's really a warlord, but hasn't revealed himself as that yet. The Planet Christmas is really not technologically advanced. They really don't have anything, so they have no idea who this guy is. So when he comes to their planet, he just seems like a happy, nice guy, and he basically deceives them all. And I'm not going to really go too much into his plot in his whole. I mean, he wants to dominate, the galaxy. He wants to.
He's the bad guy.
To prove himself to his planet, which is full of warlords and conquerors, and this is his, ability to his time to shine. So he's created this machine called the Solstice Eater, which is powered by Christmas spirit, which is why he's really interested in Planet Christmas, because that is the resource. It's kind of like the force of the planet. It uses Christmas spirit, and obviously Father Christmas is powered by it, and it's a breathing organism, as Yoda would say, and basically that living, breathing Christmas spirit powers this ship that he uses to with his grand plan to basically take over the planet. And in this page here, he's trying to eat one of the suns in a certain galaxy, so he can kind of take over all the planets surrounding it, really. But it's a little bit more intricate than that. But he's a bad guy, So and the whole idea, again, the Solstice Eater, sun during Christmas, Jesus Christ, sun. I mean, there's the idea of the sun during Christmas time is a very in solstice, winter solstice. So we're trying to kind of bring those elements in to, the significance, the symbolism, if you will, of the sun is kind of big around Christmas time,
I'm tracking with you.
So that's that.
And this is the
main character, yeah.
Okay.
So this is our main character, Garrett, and he's running from another character, Good King Wenceslas. I really won't go into him too much, but he has certain goals, and he wants to capture Garrett because Garrett has abilities, let's just say, and that are valuable. And then the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future are Garrett's friends, and they're trying to help him out and get him out of the situation. So that's kind of this page, pretty much. But it's a really fun one because it's kind of a unique pretty. And this is the cool cover, the cool Jim Lee inspired cover.
I can see it.
Yeah, there's an issue of Justice League. Actually, all of our covers have been Jim Lee. This one was from Batman and Superman. There's a cover he did where Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are fighting Doomsday clones.
Yeah.
And this is taken from that. Sort of like heavily inspired by it, because that's I think one of the best Jim Lee covers in my opinion. This is a Justice League similar to a Justice League cover in the New 52, which was fairly recent. I mean, like 10 years ago. But yeah, I mean, you can just kind of see we're trying to go for that comic book feel, but with like these cartoony characters. And one of the prints, I'll tell you this, one of the prints for this campaign is going to be like a Conan Frazetta, like inspired by that kind of Frazetta style, but it's going to be with Good King Wenceslas, and it's going to be super cool. And that's actually being worked on by my friend Tom right now. And it's just, I think that's one of the cool things that I didn't really start to realize is that the covers they have a special thing going on with them where you take these kind of goofy looking Christmas characters, but yet put them in these like very American comic book poses. It just like looks awesome. And I don't know why, but I just think it's so cool. So that's one of the cool, and this is going to be on a shirt too. So you can get a long sleeve. It
absolutely works.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And so we've got the main character, and then there's Santa.
Yeah. So I'll say a little bit about this. Basically, Father Christmas, he's a very powerful, and he,
of course,
back in the day, like whenever there were monsters or somebody who was out of line on Planet Christmas, he was the peacekeeper. But in this specific instance with the war, it's just become way too difficult, and the Nutcrackers kind of did one on him because they took all his Christmas spirit away, and they have really high-tech technology now because of this warlord who's come into the field and really shook things up. And so he's incredibly powerful. And you'll get to see that in this issue, because issue 3 is when we get to see him again. Really, he hasn't really been in too much of the book as of yet, but he's really there's a big about 12-page battle that involves him and a lot of other characters and then a lot of other factions. It's like a boots on the ground battle where the Nutcrackers and the Good King Wenceslas and Santa and his elves and militias, and they're all fighting. So it's kind of like a big a large style battle, with many different sides, and it's just really, really fun stuff. And I think people are going to like it. It's not brutal or anything like that, but it is kind of like Star Wars level, it's like, you're not going to see blood or anything, but it gets the point across.
Yeah.
Father Christmas, monster killer.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet? And the freaky, scary spider snowman.
Exactly. Yeah.
This looks like something that might be going down in World of Warcraft during December.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, kind of like a Christmas themed village. Yeah, that's kind of the goal with this page, was like this is actually from the very first book, and things were a lot like, I look back at it and it's like the first issue, everything was like really happy and everyone was like experiencing this new world and we're all excited, and now issue 3 it's like war, full out war, so it's a lot has happened. And I mean, I think the span of the entire bric-a-brac is like a week. So this arc, because there's going to be more eventually, but so yep.
Let's see, I was right there. And of course we've seen that. There is Raphael.
Yes. Yep. He's incredible artist. Definitely could not have done this without him. 100%.
Oh, he did work for DreamWorks. Okay.
Yeah, he worked on a Madagascar comic book. He's also done a lot of independent books, storybooks, and as you know, his artwork is just really awesome. And I encourage everyone to follow him on Instagram, because he always posts really, really cool things. Whether it's fan arts of everything, Metroid or video games or literally, he posts pretty much a fan art a day. So it's just really, really, he's so talented. So talented.
his Instagram is at
That one.
Raphael1234HC.
I believe it might have actually, that one actually might have gotten hacked. I probably need to change that. I think, let me see. Let me actually, because he, at one point, I think that one did. Actually, let me put this in the chat. His actual one now, because that one did get hacked about a couple months ago. I forgot to update that. Here, I'll put it in the chat, our private chat, and then maybe you can put it in the comments or something. But yeah, that's his Raphael Sam official, but only with one F. So yeah. But anyway, his Instagram is pretty awesome, and he does Jason, our Powerpuff Girls, but they're all in his style, so it's just so unique and different. It's really worth a look, I would say.
Okay, so his name is Raphael Sam, and I'm going to add. I'll just switch that up there so that we can show that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Raphael Sam _official with one F.
Yes.
Fantastic. We'll draw him some attention.
Oh yeah, he definitely deserves it, as you all see, and as fans of the series have seen. He's just so awesome, so incredible.
And your letter, Eric Hodson. Yeah. Now I know his name. Yeah. I've seen him in lots of things as the editor, as the letterer.
He's great.
Don't actually recognize Dinosaur Man, but hey.
Dreaded Dinosaur, yeah, but that's his own. I think that's on Webtoon. It might be on Webtoon, I believe. But yeah, he does Indie Vault. I think that's he with a lot of other people do that show. I'm going to be on that tomorrow. Wait, today's Wednesday. Yeah, I'm on that tomorrow at 9:00. So anyone who's I'm not sure if this is live right now, but
it will be.
Okay. Well then, it's on the 9th, December 9th, 9 a.m. I will be there Eastern time. But anyway, that's kind of, he's incredible with the design and all that. And, with the books, we're trying to go for like a aesthetic of like the little golden books, how they kind of are a little bit like that. And just with the entire design, just really, really fun and unique. And I've always wanted to go with that style. So he's really great with the designing. And he knows, he's just really helpful with promoting the campaign too. He's just always trying to help, and it's awesome. With Raphael, it's a little hard because there's quite a language barrier. But with Eric is always really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And we get into fan art. Who's the fan artist?
This is my family here. I'm just showing off the shirts here. That these are last year's shirts, the long sleeve shirts that are available if you'd like, and they're pretty awesome, I have to say. But yeah, these are the shirts. I think they look pretty cool with white. I like them in white. So
your family is very photogenic.
Thanks. This is a fan art by Carlos Rodriguez. If you know of a book named, I believe it's Otis Stein, he did that. It was like on Indiegogo for a while, and he's one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life. I mean, he's just so, the detail, I've never seen art like his art, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's so, if you go on his page, which I think a lot of people, it was on Indiegogo, so maybe a lot of your audience might know of him. I'm sure they do. Yeah, but he's incredible. So it's just,
the style of art looks familiar to me.
Yeah,
the rendering of Father Christmas and the Nutcracker is nicely over the top.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, now here's one I really like. The
Jack Frost here, yeah.
That's Jack Frost and the Christmas ornament.
Yeah, so Jack Frost is more of our sympathetic character. If you've read the last issue, you kind of get the gist of like his whole thing. He I'll just say this: he basically was teamed up with the Nutcrackers, and then he ended up hurting people that he loved, and realized that he didn't want to take over Planet Christmas, and now he's on the good guy side. But he had a massive battle with the main Nutcracker, and I'll just say that he's not fully himself anymore. I'll just say that. But like,
Ah.
yeah, he had a really. I'll show you a page or two because this
They
battle was
defrosted him a little.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that's a good word for it. But yeah, this battle was really fun. You know, as you can see, just the two duking it out, and you can expect a lot more action like that in this issue. You know, but that was a really fun. That's probably one of the only 1v1 battles in this first arc, but it was a fun one. So.
And here we've got our Star Wars homage. Oh yes. Yeah, BRIC-A-BRAC.
Yeah, really fun stuff. I love that one. I love the fan arts. I can't wait for this campaign's fan arts. I think I'm going to be on Drawn and Quartered, if you know what that is, in a little bit. And so
is that today?
No, not today.
Okay.
But I'm not exactly sure. I think maybe next week or something like that. But I'm excited about that too because there's always really fun fan arts and whatnot, and you know, a lot of these come from there. So yeah, and this is
I know
one
that
of our
face.
fans. Yeah,
I know that face. Who's that guy?
I think I believe it is. I don't want to get it wrong if he's watching this,
okay,
though.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But I think it's Christian. His name is Christian DiMatteo, I believe. That's his name. But I could be wrong. I believe that's him, though.
I've seen his face shared with regard to another campaign.
No, it's definitely him. It's Christian DiMatteo. That's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And down here we have the main guy. He's
floating somehow.
he's floating. And who drew this?
Nerd Wonder, if you know who that is. Nerd Wonder. She actually did a whole awesome video. I should probably share it. Last year she did an awesome video, and I'll probably share it this year, but for this campaign. But yeah, it really, really love the enthusiasm for the. I think the cool thing about this series too is it really invites fan art because there's so many well-designed characters because of Raphael, and I mean it's just so fun. You know, how could you not want to draw them? You know, so been really, really cool.
See if I can draw this in. Kinda, sorta. No, that's not really working. All right. Well, we'll stick with this.
Okay.
Does that look right? Yeah, it's good enough. Go back here to Ryan. All right, there is Ryan Haack, BRIC-A-BRAC number 3. It's on Indiegogo. He is on Twitter at HackPro. That's Hack_Pro. And let's real quickly go through these perks that you've got.
Got it. So our featured perk is a physical bundle. So again, it's like a catch-up tier pretty much. For those who haven't read the series as of yet, you can catch up with the series for a pretty good price, I would say. And you also get the print with that. So, and all digital copies as well. So you're getting like 7 things for $30. So that's pretty cool.
In the $30, does that include the estimated shipping, or do you?
The shipping in the U.S. is, I think I put it as $5. The shipping in Canada is also $5, and then for outside, I believe it's $10. So
that sounds about right.
Yep, yeah, because I mean, it's I've really the last time with the shipping, I did a better job because I used. Was it stamps.com or one of those mailing sites? And I printed my own labels.
Yeah, we've talked about that one.
Stamps.com is great.
Check your rates because very recently the post office did some funny things with shipping.
Okay.
So check that again to make sure that you're not overextending yourself.
Right. Well, there's always. I mean, you can never truly get the full, estimated cost.
I do understand. Yeah.
But there are, you can definitely measure it and figure it out. It's free to go on the stamps.com, but you do have to pay a subscription fee and stuff like that. So, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely 100% worth it though. If you're sending things, it's the best way. Like someone introduced it to me and I've never gone back. It's absolutely the best the best way, because you can
I
send
hear
things
ya.
in the US for $2 to California for $2. So you really end up saving some money for the international stuff, which luckily, I mean, maybe not luckily, but I only really get 200 backers on these campaigns regardless. So it's not like a huge thing. I don't necessarily need a team to help me do these sorts of things, but
Yeah.
maybe hopefully down the line, it'll get bigger so that I might need to do that. So
I hear you.
yeah.
It's Bric-A-Brac number 3. That's just the digital copy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then
A
just the
PDF.
physical, yeah, PDF, and you basically just get the PDF with that one. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's
Below that,
physical.
yeah. And then a double with a little bit of a discount on the second one, just in case you're feeling to want to keep one and then use one to read, so that's kind of
Gotcha. And the digital bundle. That's
Yeah.
all the copies of all the digitals.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's the shirt. Who makes your shirt?
It's just custom ink. That's what I used last time. And I mean, it's a little on the expensive side, but it's really, they're really worth it. And you can add on the books to these shirts for a cheaper price. So, if you can basically add on all the books $8 individually, whereas, the third book would have been $4 more, so just like a little bit of a discount for the people who want to get these shirts. Cause personally, I want to get one so bad. So I hope people order them so I can order one for myself, So that's kind of the deal there.
That's that's an inside benefit for anyone paying attention right this second.
Yeah.
That buying one of these shirts is going to get you the book cheaper.
Yes.
If you're interested in the shirt also.
100%.
Fantastic. Long sleeved is $10 more. Donate Bric-A-Brac. Now,
so this is basically last year we had a tier where you can pick your Boys and Girls Club faction or Boys and Girls Club of your choice, basically, and we would give all like 2 of each issue to that group. And so that's what we'll be doing again this year. I think it's, in tune with the Christmas spirit, just something that I think is really important.
Absolutely.
And fun. Yeah, because again, these are kids' books. And finally, the created Christmas character. We always have had this tier because I invite people to bring their creativity to this fantasy universe. One of the benefits of having a fantasy universe is anything can go, pretty much. I mean, unless it's like a demon creature or something that really wouldn't fit. Creating a Christmas character, I got some awesome submissions, and it's been really, really fun to just put them in the background or have them in something. It's just really, really fun to have. So I really
appear and pass by and
exactly. Yeah. But sometimes it's someone's character that they really love, or it's their own personal, just a little personal joke, or sometimes it's their kids that they want to put their kids in it, or their dog. So it all works. I mean, it is a fantasy universe, so we'll make it happen.
I hear you. you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what I'm going to suggest to everyone, jump in and back Bric-A-Brac number 3, a fantasy Christmas story. How many pages?
This is 25. Every issue has been 25. So 75 pages of 75 pages of content with the $30 tier. Like if you buy all the books together, So it's really fun. I mean, the artwork is just, as you've said, like I think it's really beautiful and really worth your time to look at,
Yeah.
So
that's 25 pages, not counting the cover.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't count the cover. Yeah. And then, we're going to have also adding people's pictures, for Christmas pictures, because that's something we did for the first campaign. We didn't do it in the second campaign, and I felt that we should have. So we're going to ask for people to put in their holiday pictures, backers to send in their holiday pictures and stuff like that. And hopefully with the book, who knows? But yeah, it's just really, really, trying to add some extra content in there too. There's going to be a variant cover in the back as well, so all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Um, so anyone listening, please go to Indiegogo, do a quick search for BRIC-A-BRAC. You'll find it. You can search for Ryan Haack with 3 A's, and you'll find Ryan, and I will have the link in the description on the YouTube page. Comments are sought. Please drop a comment so that some more people can be introduced to Ryan and his project. Ryan, where is the best place for someone to find you?
I would say Twitter, with the camp. I'm really on Twitter trying to talk to people, engage with people, share other people's campaigns and stuff like that. So I would say Twitter is the best place. So yeah, where you have, that the one that you shared. So I would say that's where I'm really focusing right now.
Okay. And we have right there in the bottom third there, we've got Ryan's name, BRIC-A-BRAC number 3. It's on Indiegogo. His Twitter handle is @HackPro. That's 2 A's. And we will follow along with some bated breath. Ryan, thank you for coming on and talking to me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate every single opportunity someone gives me to talk about it. I thank you so much for, letting me have a platform, because it's really great, and giving other people a platform too, because that's a really great thing. It's awesome.
Let me know if there are any major or interesting developments, and I'll have you back on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I really, we're doing good so far, but I've gotten to 25% before and failed, so there's not really a surefire thing. The best thing I can do is just keep going on streams and keep getting the word out. That is principle, it's the most important thing. So
that is the thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. And I'm going to let you go now, and I will reach out to you on Twitter later on.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Ryan Haack, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, guess what? We're now on the Twitters. You can look us up at OnComics on the Twitters. If you want to go there and follow us and get whatever great new information is coming along, because there's always something. But lo, you ask, what about the other social medias? Oh, that's heartbreaking. But what I'll do for you is I'm going to send you over to my link tree, and that is linktr.ee/OnComics. Don't worry about the capitalization. You will be taken then to my great page link. That is everything that is currently going on that involves this, that, or the other thing. You will find some free comics over at the main website. Click on that and you'll have a great old time. And if there's anything else you need, be sure and hit me up through one of those mechanisms. I will talk to you when I can.